Hi everyone, it's Brenda Quintana here. I'm traveling this week. I'm up in Canada visiting my mom and sister. And so normally I have a live video for you on Friday. So instead I recorded a video for you. So I hope you enjoy today's project and I will be back on September 20th. That will be my next live. And so I will have next week, I will also have some recorded videos for you. So today's project is a really cute one using this birthday piggy bundle. And before we only had a stamp set called This Birthday Piggy, but now we also have dies to match and they're called Playful Piggy dies. The only caveat with these dies is they are only going to be available in September and they're while supplies last. So they may sell out before the end of the month. And so I just wanted to make sure you were aware of that because if they sell out, then the stamp set will still be available, but the dies won't. So today's project is this cute little holder. It holds a mug cake and it can hold either, I don't know all the different mug cakes that are out there, but the most common ones I have seen are Duncan Hines and Betty Crocker. This one holds the, I used it to do this Betty Crocker's rainbow chip cake mix because it looks like a birthday cake. So some of you may remember I did a birthday in a box a few weeks ago. This is kind of like a condensed version. This just holds the mug cake, but I thought this would also be just a really cute little birthday gift because that way someone can make themselves a little birthday cake in a mug. And I thought that's kind of a fun little thing. And look at how cute is this piggy. Just adorable. And that wagon is made using the dies. There's nothing equivalent in the stamp set. So the wagon's really cute and you can use it for other projects as well. So this is what we're going to be making today and I'll show you how to make it from start to finish. I will also have a project sheet for you on Saturday. Those of you who know me, you just need to be on my email list. So if you're already on my email list, great. You're going to get this email to you on Saturday. If you're not a part of my email list already, just look below in the description of this video and find my subscribe link. Get on there. You can also get past project sheets if you subscribe. Those, sometimes I get a question, some people will subscribe and then they'll immediately email me and say, can I have a past project sheet? So look for my welcome email. When you subscribe, when you finish subscribing, it's a two-part subscribe process. You fill out, it's a really short form. I think it's your first name, last name, email address. You hit submit. Then you have to verify it. There will be a email that will come to you. And the reason we ask you to do that is so that you can't put someone else's email address in there and they're not subscribing knowingly. And also it's a validation check to make sure your email address is correct. So once you do that, you should get a welcome email from me, and that welcome email has a link to past project sheets. So you should be able to get those even if you're not looking for the one that I'm currently doing. Okay, so we'll talk some more at the end. Just remember, my supplies are always available somewhere, like on this video down below, my supply list. You might need to click on show more. The very first link you'll hit in my description is a link to my blog post, which is kind of where I keep all the information about a particular project. So it will have the link to the video, the supply list, photos, and my blog is kind of where you can get all the information you need about something. So just remember, this is a video, it lives on YouTube, but there's always more information to be had by clicking on that link. Also, if you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. That really helps me out and it helps my channel to grow and it helps other people find my projects. All right, let me go ahead and switch cameras here. Okay, I'm gonna prop up my project sheet because I'm gonna follow along with you on my project sheet. Okay, so here, of course, is my little holder, and this little ribbon kind of snugs everything. Because this cake holds icing, there's a little extra room. The Duncan Hines cake, I don't think any of them have icing, but they also fit in here, and this ribbon snugs everything kind of in here. So maybe when I do the sample today, I'll put a Duncan Hines mug cake in there just so we can see what the difference is. Okay, I've already talked about this birthday Piggy. You can buy these dies, you can buy them as part of a bundle right now, or say you already have the stamp set, you can purchase the dies separately. And they've got some really cute additional dies that don't have a stamped image. So we've got some grass, we've got the wagon, we've got some flowers, this pennant, and you may have seen me use some of these earlier in the week on my Casing Tuesday post. I did a few different cards that day, and I used some of the extra elements as well. So that's one ingredient that I used, and then this is the other. I used it for this background here layer. This is the Scallop Contours dies. They're nice dies to have for different layers on cards, but it also works really well on this holder here. Okay, and then from the holiday catalog, or they call it now the July to December catalog, this is the Gingham Cottage paper. I'm just gonna, it's a big pack. It's got 48 sheets, but it's got different ginghams. So a small pattern on one side and a large pattern on the other side for many different colors. Kind of all of our fall colors are represented here. So I thought this would be perfect for our project today. And you might be going, I don't see any paper on your project, Brenda. Well, guess what? It's right here on the side gussets. It's so cute, right? So this just allows this package to be a little thicker by having these little side gussets here. And it also is really cute to have that on the side. Okay, let me pop some things away. We're going to start off by creating the base. And I'm going to make, I did this one in Garden Green. We're going to make a Calypso Coral one and see how that looks. So I'm going to grab my Simply Scored. And this piece is 11 inches by 4¼ inches. And you know what's great about that is that you're going to be able to get 2 bases out of one sheet of 8.5 by 11, because this is basically a half sheet of cardstock. So we're going to put the long side up. Remember, it's 11 inches by 4¼ Put the long side up at the top, and we're going to score at the 5¼ inch mark and the 5¾ inch mark. That's it for the base, just those 2 score marks. Then we're going to take some of that gingham paper, and these pieces measure 2 inches by 5¼ Here's a little tip for you. If you cut them just about 1/16 shorter than 5¼ it works out just a little bit better. It will still work. In fact, if it's too tall, you can always trim off the top here. But hey, if you have the opportunity at the beginning, I'm just going to give you that little tip. And that way, those of you who are want to get that detail out of the way right away, you can do it right then. So it's 2 inches by 5¼ inches, and you're going to need 2 pieces of these. Okay, so then we're going to score, put the short side up at the top, score at the 1/2 inch mark, the 1 inch mark, the 1.5 inch mark, and that's it. So we'll do the same for the other 1/2 inch, 1 inch, and a 1.5 inch mark. All right, we're done all the scoring. Pop that away. So for these pieces right here, we're going to fold these accordion. So I want this side to be on the outside. So I'm going to fold it like this, and like this, and like this. If you want, you can get your bone folder involved and smooth it down. So you want two mountains, and you want those mountains to be on the outside. Okay. All right, and do this exact same thing with the other one. I think this is a fairly easy project. All right, so we've got these, and then let's prep our base piece. All right. Okay, so that you can already see how it's going to come together. So the easiest way I've found to do this, and you might find another way to do it, is I want to glue these to one side first, and then I'm going to deal with the other side. Because if I do this and glue this down, then it's going to be much harder to align this piece over here. So do one side first. It's symmetrical, so it doesn't matter what side you glue it to, but you're going to have to remember the way that you fold these. You want that this piece right here, this flat piece, you want that mountain to come out, valley, mountain. So I'm just going to take some glue and take a moment to align this. And if you cut this 1/16 inch shorter, it should be pretty good. Got a little glue oozing out there. I went a little glue happy. But you can see, I'm just going to hold this up. You can see that little bump of the score line. It's just beside that bump, okay? And then just give this a moment, okay? So it doesn't, I don't want it to pull away. So just give that a moment to sit down nicely. Okay, now we're going to do the other side. And you just need to make sure that the pattern that you want is folded in the right direction. The white is going to be on the inside. I'm going to slide this in place. And this end right here is right next to the bump. Now for those of you who cut it exactly to 5 1/4 inches, now would be an excellent time to cut off the edge, because that way it's a little bit easier. So you can just take scissors and just go snip and just make this level right here so that it looks good. It doesn't stick out beyond the edge. All right. Okay, we did this one first, so I'm going to do this one first in terms of gluing. So again, I'm going to put Tombow here, up here, and I'll wait to put Tombow on that one. And then we're going to align this right here. And what I'll do, it's the easiest way I did it. This is very skinny, right? So pinch the bottom of the gusset and the top, and then work your way down. You want to still make sure that this is aligned with the top, right? So that looks good. And this should be just above the bottom here. Just give it a little pinch because you want to make sure it's got a good bond. Tombow is really an excellent glue for this. Okay, so you can see, doesn't that look pretty, having that little side gusset like that? It just looks nice. It's like a little unexpected something. Okay, so we don't have a ton of room here, but we have enough room here. So I'm just gonna come in. It will be hard to show you, but I put a bit of a glue blob down there. So if you're just kind of lifting this up with your thumb a bit, you can kind of see you can get enough glue in there. So let's kind of line this up, and I want to pinch both the top and the bottom, and then I'm going to walk my fingers along the edge, give it a little squeeze, help that glue adhere. So cute. Okay, so now what I'm going to suggest you do is just let this sit for 5 minutes and let the glue just really dry so that there's no chance that it shifts, and so it will get a chance for those paper fibers to bond so that they don't want to tear away from each other. So in the meantime, we're going to prep the front of this. Okay, so we're going to do some stamping first. I need a piece of basic white, 2 pieces of basic white. We're going to stamp the piggy, and we're going to stamp a greeting. This is Memento Tuxedo Black ink. I'm just going to stamp this on here. Lift. And then we're going to stamp this greeting on here. Okay. We can put that away. I think that's all the stamping that we're going to do. So now we're going to do some die cutting. I'm going to bring in the Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine. Let me move some of these things out of the way so that we have room for this piece. Okay, so we'll start off with our base platform, our thin die adapter number 2, a clear cutting plate number 3, and we'll grab our piggy and the greeting, and we'll grab the piggy and this label piece right here. It also comes with this set, and I will grab some labeling and cover up tape. You can also use the top of a post-it note. You probably have one in your house somewhere. Just the top sticky part. We just use like little pieces, and I'm just going to center this on here. I think that's pretty good. Plop that down. Lift. Turn. Okay, good. And then this one, I shifted that one again. I'll come back to that one in a second. Usually it's better just to do, if you're doing one of these around a stamped image, it sometimes is just better to do them one at a time, but I think I can handle 2. Okay, another clear plate goes on top, carefully placing that down so I don't shift anything, and then let's run this through. Let's see how well I did here. Lifting this away. Pretty good. There's the little piggy. And then we will remove this one. And there's the little greeting. Okay, I'm going to pop those over to the side. And you can reuse those little pieces of post-it note tape. Okay, we need to do some more die cutting. We're going to do the wagon. This time we're going to do the wagon in opposite color. Since we're doing a Calypso Coral card base, we're going to do a garden green wagon this time. And then we're going to need, this is the handle and wheels from the wagon. We'll run those through. Getting all of the pieces ready. That little wagon wheel wanted to come off right away. Let's just lift that up. Okay, those are our little wagon wheels. Plop those down there. Here is our little wagon. Get rid of these little pieces here. And then we need to poke this one out. This one wanted to stick. So just use a thumbtack or a piercing tool to remove that. Pretty easy. And then one last thing, we need a scallop contour label. So I'll just use a piece of basic white, and we're going to use the second largest scalloped rectangle here. I don't need to pin this down because there's enough edge here. Since this is a straight edge, I'm going to put it through on an angle. I have the room to do that. It makes rolling it through the machine easier because the rollers just have one tiny point to roll over rather than a big lump. So there is our piece. I think we've got all our pieces now. So let me put this away and come back with all of our pieces here. While I have these little tiny pieces here, I'm going to go ahead and glue them right onto the wagon so that we don't lose them. This is just little extra pieces. I put a lot of glue on there. Don't do that. Put one little dot because that glue does spread and it does hold quite well. Sometimes you don't know how fast the glue is going to come out, so, but less is more. You can always put on more. So I'm just going to try to not overdo it on here. Okay, all right, so I've got the wagon all ready. Let's do some coloring of the piggy. I'm going to pull out some colors. We're going to do Calypso. You know what? I really kind of like the green balloon. I think I might stick with a green balloon. Let me grab Granny Apple Green, and then we'll grab Daffodil Delight. But we can see what we want to do. Okay, so we'll start off with the dark petal pink. And you know, piggies can be different colors, but you make your piggy whatever color you want. It doesn't even have to be a color that is a natural color. You could have a blue piggy. It doesn't matter. Whatever makes you happy. And I'm doing the dark first. I'm kind of outlining the pig, and then I'm going to blend in the pig afterwards. Okay, so outlined and dark. And now I'm going to sweep with the light petal pink over top. And then I'm going to blend with the bullet a little bit. Okay. I did a bad job about leaving white space. I usually leave like a little white space. There's a little bit of one, but not enough. I was too eager to color. So now I'm trying to blend out that line. You probably can't see it from here, but I'm just trying to blend out that dark line. There's a bit of a light spot on the piggy. There's a bit of a lighter spot in the center right here, but it's not completely white. Sometimes I draw myself a little circle, and that helps remind me not to color that area because that's where I'm going to have white space. But you can maybe see just a little bit on there. It is a little bit lighter in the center. I think I did like a little bit better of a job on this one with the light space, but either one's good. Okay, I'm still undecided whether I'm going to do a green balloon or a Calypso coral balloon, so we'll just do a little like that. You know what? I think I need to do a green balloon. Honestly, I think that will be better. We're gonna do green balloon. I was gonna do everything opposite, but the Piggy is petal pink. So if I do the Calypso Coral, it's just a little bit too close in color. So I've outlined my balloon. And this time we actually have a light space on the balloon like that. The reflection is right there up at the top. So I am just not going to touch that space right there. And I'm just going to blend the dark to light. And you probably can't even tell that I've done that, except if you're in person, because yeah. And I think the rest we're just going to leave because a lot of it is going to be hidden by the wagon. And I could make it a chocolate cake. I could add crumb cake, but I think I'm just going to leave it like that. Okay, I'm happy with that. So I'm going to put those away for a moment. And I'm going to glue these together first. And I want to glue it so it's on the middle bar. So I'm just going to take this right down here at the bottom, right kind of where the dirt is, just right along the bottom. And then I'm going to align this with the second bar. The Piggy's not going to be down all the way, because if I put the Piggy down all the way, he doesn't stick up enough. I want him to be up high a little bit. Okay. All right, so we've got this piece. Let's glue. You can decide which side you think looks nicer. Mine are both probably going to be somewhat the same. So let's just glue this piece onto here and center it. Probably be a little easier if I had my cake in here already, because I have nothing to press on. Okay, we're going to put in a Duncan Hines cake this time, just for a little variation. Shove you in there. Okay, now I can press on something. All right, press. Okay, so this cake's in here, and the nice thing about doing this is this ribbon is what kind of cinches the cake in. So you're going to need about 20 inches. I'm going to measure. That way we can tell for sure how much we need, how much is going to be left over. So let's grab my ribbon scissors. So I've got about 12 inches here. So to make it 20, I'm going to go up to 8 more inches, and then we'll snip it. Okay. Wrap this around here. And you just want to make sure it's flat and not twisted. And we'll do our first knot. And then we'll use our locking tweezers. And we do have an embossing kit right now in the July to December mini catalog that comes with these locking tweezers. So these are just really good for, well, holding in pieces while you're embossing, but also if you're tying a bow, you want something to hold that bow, like your ends snug, while you mess with your bow, because it's just like having that finger like on a parcel. These are really good for if you like to tie bows on gifts and stuff. So remember, that used to be quite common. Now we do a lot of gift bags. You know what? I'm gonna put this through here. That's gonna make my bow look nicer. Okay, now I can release, tighten it up just a little bit more. Okay, good. So now I'll just cut these little ends just a little bit. needs to be a little shorter. So 20 inches was probably a good length. You do always need a little bit to cut off on an angle, so 20 inches I think is about what you'll need, unless you make your bow ends a little smaller, then, or your bow a little smaller, you can go a little shorter. Okay, and then we're going to put our little wagon on here. I want to have the wagon coming off just a little bit, so just pop some glue onto the back here, and I'm going to use this dotted line here on the bottom for a little bit of an idea of where I want to line things up. Okay, that's good. Okay, now I just have to, because the cake's already in there, I'm just kind of pressing down. It's going a little bit like this, so like that. Well, maybe the Calypso Coral balloon will look nice too, but I'm sticking with my my green balloon. I think it looks pretty good. And then we'll just add this little piece onto here, like that. This little piggy says happy birthday, and it's fun to get a little mug cake, right? It's so cute. You can have these on hand for quick birthday gifts. And here are the two that I made. I hope you really like those. And remember, you can use, this is the Duncan Hines one. This one's the cinnamon coffee cake, or you can use the Betty Crocker one. Both of them will fit, so that's a nice thing. The ribbon kind of helps hold everything in place. It kind of cinches the top a little bit, and but it allows these packages to stay in there. Now, it can stand up, okay? So this you could actually stand this up on a desk or something. So because it has a bit of a flat bottom, it's just not going to take to a lot of, if the table's wiggling, or if there's like a big wind or a fan, I mean, this might get knocked over, but it can stand up. I noticed that while I was photographing it, that it can stand up on its end, or it can lay flat. So either way, I think these are kind of cute. All right, I hope you like those. I'm coming back over to you guys. So remember, it's September 2022, and I have a host code this month. If you're thinking of buying anything that I talked about today, then please place the order using this host code. If you purchase at least $50 with me in September, you will be getting, where is it? You'll be getting a sampler pack of the Celebrate Everything Designer Series paper. This is a sampler of the bigger 12 by 12 pack. This is a 6 by 6 pack of the paper. And so you'll have all the patterns in here, 48 sheets. It's just going to be a smaller pack. And this will be sent to you in October. So I hope you like that as a gift. You need to spend at least $50. Now, even if you spend a small amount, a small order of at least $15, you're going to get one of my free with purchase tutorials. These are tutorials that you would need to purchase, or if you can choose it free, you can choose one of them free with an order. So that's a perk for whatever size order, just as long as your order is over $15. Anything else going on? Oh, I almost forgot. We have September specials going on. So every week this month, we started last week, and then we're going to have updates on September 8th, which was yesterday, September 15th and 22nd. And on those days, we are going to have new September specials loaded up in our Stampin' Up! Store. So if you're placing an order anyway, go and have a look, because when I placed an order at the beginning of September, I did look at them, and there were two things on that special that I wanted to pick up and add to my order. So please check those out this month, and make sure that you add them to your order, because it's nice to save a little bit money if you're already placing an order. What else can I say? Well, I thank you so much for watching my video. I will be back live on September 20th, but look for my recorded videos next week. Next week, I'm going to be featuring the Yeti bundle. It's another super cute bundle. And make sure, if you want the piggies, the piggy dies, make sure you get them soon, because they're only available while supplies last, and I wouldn't want you to miss out, because they're a really nice complement to the Piggy stamp set already. Okay guys, I hope you have a great weekend, and I will see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.